It was a hot summer evening on August 21st, 1955, in the rural stretches of Christian County, Kentucky. What began as an ordinary night for two families became a harrowing encounter that would become one of the most significant and controversial extraterrestrial contact cases. This is the story of the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter, also known as the Hopkinsville Goblins case. The peaceful towns of Kelly and Hopkinsville in southwest Kentucky were known for their quiet farms and tight-knit communities. But one night, all that changed when a series of events unfolded, leaving a lasting mark on UFO history. The Kelly Hopkinsville encounter is a well-documented UFO incident involving a large family, the Suttons, and their friends, the Taylors, who claimed they were attacked by small alien creatures at their farmhouse. The Sutton family lived on a farm in a simple 3-room house without modern amenities like running water, telephone, radio, TV, or books. The family matriarch, Glennie Langford, a 50-year-old widow, lived with her 3 younger children, Lonnie, Charlton, and Mary. Glennie also had 2 older sons from a previous marriage, Elmer, Lucky Sutton, and John Charlie, J.C. Sutton, both present with their respective wives, Vera and Elaine. Elaine's brother, O.P. Baker, was also at the farmhouse at the time. Billy Ray Taylor and his wife June were friends of the Sutton family. They were visiting from Pennsylvania. Billy Ray, 21 years old, and his 18-year-old wife had come to spend time with Lucky Sutton. They had worked together on a traveling carnival. The Taylors and the Suttons were itinerant carnival workers taking a break from work at the farmhouse. This evening, the Sutton and Taylor families came together for dinner. 8 adults and 3 children were indoors, enjoying a relaxed Sunday evening. As the sun set, Billy Ray Taylor stepped outside to fetch water from a nearby well. He saw a silvery object streak across the sky and land in a nearby gully, describing it as real bright, with an exhaust all the colors of the rainbow. The object moved silently, adding to the mystery. When Billy Ray reported his sighting to the family, they laughed it off, thinking it was a joke. However, their skepticism would soon turn to terror. An hour later, alerted by the dog's incessant barking, Lucky Sutton and Billy Ray went to the back door and saw a strange glow. Amid this glow, they saw a small humanoid creature about 3.5 feet tall with an oversized head, arms extending almost to the ground, talon-like hands, and glowing yellow eyes. The creature's body gave off an eerie shimmer as if made of silver metal, floating rather than walking. Terrified, the 2 men grabbed a 20-gauge shotgun and fired at the little man, who then did a flip, scrambled upright, and fled into the darkness. Shortly after, the men saw a similar creature appear in a side. For nearly 4 hours, the family fought off these beings, shooting at them through windows and doors. Despite their efforts, the creatures seemed unaffected and continued their eerie approach. The family spent several hours in fear, hearing occasional scratches on the roof, before fleeing to the Hopkinsville police station around 11 p.m. Their genuine terror convinced the police to investigate. The terrified families arrived at the Hopkinsville police station and recounted their ordeal. The police took their claims seriously as the families were genuinely terror-struck, with one man's pulse measured at 140 beats per minute. 4 city police officers, 5 state troopers, 3 deputy sheriffs, and 4 military police officers from nearby Fort Campbell arrived at the Sutton farmhouse. They found evidence of gunfire and holes in the window screens, but no sign of the creatures. Despite extensive searches and interviews, no definitive evidence was found to explain the events of that night. The Kelly Hopkinsville encounter quickly became a regional and national sensation, drawing media and military attention. While some dismissed it as a hoax or misidentification of natural phenomena, the family's consistent and detailed testimonies convinced others they had experienced something extraordinary. The Kelly Hopkinsville encounter is one of the most detailed and puzzling accounts of an alien close encounter on record. Even today, the incident remains a mystery. Whether it was an unusual case of mass hysteria, a case of mistaken identity, or an actual visit from extraterrestrial beings, the truth is still unknown. However, the story of the Hopkinsville Goblins will continue to intrigue and puzzle people for generations to come. The Kelly Hopkinsville encounter has sparked various theories and explanations, from skeptical perspectives to supportive arguments based on eyewitness accounts. We will explore these viewpoints to understand possible explanations for this event. One prominent skeptical explanation is that the family misidentified natural phenomena. Joe Nickel, a senior research fellow of the International Committee for Skeptical Inquiry, suggested that the aliens could have been great horned owls. These nocturnal birds have long wings that could be mistaken for arms, talons, yellow eyes, long ears, and a round head. Their silent flight and aggressive defense of their nests align with some aspects of the family's descriptions. Nickel also noted that meteor sightings, reported in the area at the time, could explain Billy Ray Taylor's sighting of a bright light streaking across the sky. Author Brian Dunning supported this theory, pointing out that great horned owl's height is comparable to the lower end of the reported range for the creatures. According to psychologists Schmaltz and Lilienfeld, the Kelly-Hopkinsville incident is seen as an example of pseudoscience and an extraordinary claim that can be used to teach critical thinking skills. They suggest that the family's fear might have been worsened by mass hysteria or excitement, leading to a misinterpretation of natural events. This is supported by the lack of physical evidence to corroborate the family's claims of encountering extraterrestrial beings. Several arguments support the witnesses' credibility despite initial doubts. Bud led with a local radio station employee interviewed adult eyewitnesses and created drawings based on their accounts. He was amazed by their stories' specific and consistent details, especially since the men were apart from each other all day and couldn't have coordinated their accounts. Ufologist Isabel Davis also investigated the incident extensively in 1956 and found similar consistency in the testimonies. Her 200-page report included maps, drawings, records, and interviews with Sutton family members and police investigators. Davis rejected possible explanations like a deliberate hoax, a publicity stunt, or group hallucinations, as they didn't make sense. She was particularly persuaded by Mrs. Langford's strong impression as a serious, truthful figure. Supporters of the extraterrestrial theory argue that the detailed descriptions provided by the witnesses do not align with any known animals or natural phenomena. The creatures were described as small, metallic humanoids with glowing yellow eyes and impervious to bullets. This level of detail and the family's genuine terror lend credibility to their claims. Additionally, the incident's duration and the many witnesses involved make it one of the most compelling cases of a close encounter of the third kind. Despite extensive investigations, including those by the Air Force's Project Blue Book, no definitive evidence supported the claims of extraterrestrial contact. However, the lack of physical evidence does not necessarily disprove the witnesses' accounts. The phenomenon of foxfire, bioluminescent fungus on decaying wood, was suggested to explain the green light in the woods. Still, this explanation does not account for all the reported details. The encounter is often cited as a foundational event in UFO narratives. The descriptions of small humanoid beings with large eyes and unusual appearances contributed to the popular image of extraterrestrial beings. This archetype has since become a staple in science fiction and popular culture, representing the stereotypical image of aliens. Despite its significance, the United States Air Force's Project Blue Book, an official program tasked with investigating UFO sightings to assess any potential threats to national security, classified the encounter as a hoax. This classification was based on the lack of physical evidence and the hypothesis that the witnesses may have misinterpreted natural phenomena, such as owls and meteors. The event has inspired many movies, TV shows, and books. For instance, the 1986 film Critters features small, frightening creatures similar to the Hopkinsville Goblins. TV shows like The X-Files and Project Blue Book have also referenced the incident. Books, documentaries, and articles have explored different aspects of the event. They often examine the psychological and social dimensions of the encounter and its implications for our understanding of alien life. The incident is an example of how unusual events can capture public interest and influence our thoughts about things we don't understand. It has sparked discussions about the possibility of life beyond Earth and what people see in the sky. It has also led to yearly celebrations in Hopkinsville and Kelly, bringing together people who are interested in this phenomena. If you found the Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter fascinating, show your support by liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more thrilling content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on future episodes. Thank you for watching.